Hello, Internets. I'm Joe.
I'm Eric.
And I'm admitting I have a problem.
And you're listening to Just Cool Enough. And Joe, listen, I know I've been listening to a lot of shows since I've been uploading them, and I realized what your adversity is to us talking about Dungeons and Dragons so much. And I've done some soul searching, and I've looked deep inside, and I realized that you didn't want us talking about it because I didn't have a proper DM screen, but now I do.
God.
So we can totally talk about it. So anyway.
No, like that looks like a Trapper Keeper. That's kind of cool.
It's kind of like
Which
a Trapper
probably
Keeper.
makes sense to like one of our listeners.
No, I know what that is though, and I'm not that much of a nerd.
Yeah.
Well, I said one of our listeners. I didn't say one of us.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
But
we
hey,
only have
so
one listener.
why do you need that when you're playing online? What do you put it around your microphone, or just like have your little like shield so you can't see your screen?
Quick stats. It's quick stats. It's really easy.
Yeah.
You don't have to go looking through all your books to try to find this fucking stat. And then when you're
It's a
like,
selection guide for
And
monsters.
I like the idea that maybe someday I'll have friends and play in real life.
Probably not.
No,
So
actually,
Joe and I will fly out there and we'll play with you.
I'm busy that day.
yeah. Actually, I got something scheduled at 11, so it's just not going to work out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ike. You could play alone though. So welcome to Just Cool Enough. If you want to throw us an email, our email is theshow@justcoolenough.com. We have 2 emails this week.
With 3 emails.
3.
Oh my gosh. We have 2 emails plus 1. When did that happen?
But we're not going to read them. We're going to save them all up for some kind of rainy day.
It came in 4 minutes ago. That's
Oh,
why.
wow. Very timely emails. So thank you for sending in. We love when you send in emails. You could also follow us on Twitter. I don't know what our Twitter handle is. Oh my gosh, I totally
JCE show.
JCE show, and you can watch our YouTube thing. But let's Ike, are you ready to talk about emails, or did you want to talk about something else first?
Well, I mean,
you said you had a problem at the beginning
do
of the
have a
pre-show.
problem. I have a problem with vinyl things. I have a
Vinyl?
problem with. Well, you see, this weekend here in the States we had Memorial Day and whatnot.
Like vinyl siding?
Wait. So let's not get ahead of myself here. So I went to the mall up in Western Mass at the place I was staying, and I went to Hot Topic, and they were having buy one, get the second one for 50% off. So I was like, oh, okay. So this is right before I went to see Mad Max. So I was like, okay. I went ahead and I bought myself one of the vinyl pop of Iron Man.
Yeah.
And I also bought one of Daryl because I got 50% off. But then I was like, oh, you know what I could do? I could also buy the little boxes that you open up where you get random stuff in them.
Yeah.
So I opened them up and I got 2 of the little things from Portal. And then I was like, oh, but I also bought this Hodor that came randomly in another one. So that didn't make sense because I needed
Oh my god, Ike.
So I got this one. I got a companion cube.
Nope, that's not. This is the level where it's reaching too much right here. This is the start where you should have stopped.
Then Sunday when we were leaving, I was like, you know what? I know that the sale's still going on, so I should probably go back and buy some more. So Sunday I went in, I got 2 more of the little vinyl ones from Game of Thrones. I got Sansa Stark and what's her face. And then I also picked up a Groot.
Okay. Yes, you have a problem.
And Jon Snow.
We have reached the point of concern.
So I got home back here in Massachusetts, and on Tuesday, I had heard on Monday the woman asking who worked at the Hot Topic, hey, are we continuing the sale tomorrow? And the other was like, I think so. We haven't heard that we're not. So back here, because I drive past the Hot Topic on my way from one school to the other, I decided to stop and get 2 more ones. And now one of my coworkers is leaving, and she's really into Batman. So I was like, oh, if I buy a Batman one, I might as well get another one for half off. Or they made a really good point. If you buy 3 of them, you technically get
I was just okay, Ike. Hold on, I'm not gonna let you finish, Ike. Hold on.
The Stormtrooper one.
Oh, that's awesome, actually.
Adipose one.
Wait, no, go back to the Stormtrooper.
The Stormtrooper one.
I like that. No, worth it.
And one of the undead from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. It's called a White Walker. Ike, get it right or pay the price.
Well, it says right on the side.
He's never seen this show, but I have to have all the toys.
Yes.
Ike, actually, I was thinking about this week, about your addictive tendencies, because I had the chance of earlier when we were playing Heroes of the Storm together. Ike just is like, yeah, here's all my $200 worth of Heroes of the Storm. Like I got every little trinket. You could actually change the necklaces on them, and I bought all of those.
Well, because really, it's not that Christina, our friend Kaywin, got the job at Blizzard. They actually created a position based upon the amount of money that I actually give to Blizzard. And like, well, we could totally just create a new position for someone, and that's how she got it.
It wasn't any of her hard work. It was definitely not her hard work and perseverance. It was actually just Ike was buying so much stuff they had to have a person.
They had the ability to create.
Let's take Christina down a page.
Take it all away. Take all everything she's worked for.
If there's one person the three of us know that needs to be taken down a notch and brought back down to earth, it's
she's a little too.
Yeah, I think she's a little full of herself now. Maybe if she'd come on the show and defend herself, we wouldn't have to do this. Anyway, Ike.
It's funny that you were doing all that because I spent almost the entire day, almost like 12 hours, basically at a comic book shop Sunday because I had a class from 11 to 2, and then it was.
Wait, what class were you taking?
Musical improv.
What?
Yeah, where you make up songs and stuff and sing them. But
so,
and then
if you like make a beat. Like, are you gonna be a rapper? Because musical improv sounds like the white version of like rap.
There's a dude playing the piano. He makes up the beats and we sing to it. But yeah, I had that class for 3 hours, and then after that, me and a couple of friends who were taking that class went and got lunch, and then it was like 3 o'clock, and we're like, well, we got. They had to be somewhere at 4:30, and I was like, well, the shows start at 4:30 here, so I just stayed there. And then I started watching shows. So I was basically there from 11 till about 10 when I got tired and wanted to go home. And there's one point, this comic book shop, Meltdown Comics, is pretty big, and it's got a huge toy section, and they have all those vinyls. Like they have like all kinds of action figures and a whole fucking section of vinyls. And I was like, God, I can't buy shit like this anymore. Like I have one vinyl toy, and it's the Rainer that we got from BlizzCon that one year.
I don't know where my Rainer went. I think I might have sold it or something.
Mine's in my closet somewhere. But yeah, I was like, I just had to stop buying all this crap. And my friend was like, yeah, I'm getting to that point where I got to stop buying crap. I was like, yeah, I when I moved like 3-4 years ago, I was just like, nah, all that shit I had goes in a box, and I'm not buying anymore.
That's happened when I got my.
What kind of a loser just displays all his vinyl crap just for like?
Well, part of, and I will throw under the bus legitimately. Part of my reasoning for getting all of these little vinyl things to decorate
it helps
my
a
desk
charity. Please tell me it helps a charity.
No, it was because Christina's desk looks so cool all the time. I see like shit around it. I'm like, I wish my desk had nerd cred, so I'm gonna go out and buy a bunch of vinyl shit too.
This is exactly what I was about to talk about. My when I moved into the office, I'm like, oh man, like I'm gonna put all the nerd stuff all over my desk. It's gonna be amazing. But I don't work in like a nerd industry. I mean, like I work with a lot of nerds, but it's not like a comic book place. Or...
I'm just saying the other Eric Reichert probably doesn't have that shit on his desk.
No, he doesn't. He has a lot of like computers and stuff. But like my desk has a bunch of Star Wars and Legos and things like that. And I'm in like a secluded little corner. I got a nice little window behind me. Star Wars?
Who even likes that?
I don't know anymore.
See, what you need to do is start buying really, really cheap little ones and sneaking them onto other people's desks, so that way your own collection can grow. Because then you can be like, look, no, you had shit on your desk too.
But that's the thing. Sometimes I walk into work, I'm like, shit, some of this stuff's got to go. Like it looks.
What you just said reminded me of my late aunt Barbara, who would just buy shit from like the like QVC and just shit she didn't need because she thought maybe she could give it to someone might need this, so one of my family members might need this pleather folder that has a built-in calculator. Like nobody needed it, but she bought it, she just buys it.
You never know.
I'm just saying. I think like you reach a point, you like it's one of those things. It's like you reach critical mass. And you're like, I gotta stop. I have too many of these little tchotchkes. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them now. Someone help me. Like I was thinking about just like giving them away and like putting them on people's desks because I don't know. Like maybe I want it to be more professional now. I'm switching my thing. I'm like, but I don't know what more professional means. Like, does that mean boring?
Yeah, I mean, you obviously want to present an air of professionalism in this day and age. I mean, but there's so much competition for jobs, you don't want to seem like some fucking like weird loser who buys a bunch of shit and then displays it for all the world to see.
Ike, that's. Oh, you guys both have things on your. Eric, that's a really nice salacious crumb you have sitting on your shoulder with your Spider-Man Mickey Mouse hat and your Batman shirt.
I haven't the slightest idea what you are talking about. I mean,
why do you have things too? What, Ike? What do you have?
I am a professional. I'm a professional podcaster, and I will not take this sort of sass from you, good sir.
Video listeners are winning right now because I get to see all the subtleties here. Anyway, let's get to something that's a little bit more interesting than us gloating about our toys as grown men.
Right before we get I just want to say you claim that you have a lot, Joe, and that you're not quite sure you want to share it at work. But I think we've been doing quite a few episodes that I've been admiring the table behind you. Now, I've been trying to figure out what that painting is. It looks like it might be somewhere in Italy. And it looks like a microphone, and then you have a Star Wars mug. And I'm pretty sure you have a TIE fighter behind that microphone. Because really it was actually, I could see it last week.
Actually, yeah, I've been clearing out that table.
See, but I think that's lost space to put all these really cool things. Because, I mean, Eric and I have all our shit around. I mean, not that I really put mine on the wall or anything, but, like, you could totally utilize that space behind you. But the thing,
see, I'm actually cleaning up my room right now because I think we're going to sell the house. So I'm trying to, like, I'm going to stage the room a little bit nicer so people can look in and be like, oh, that guy's not a total weirdo. This house applies to me.
You need to put all that shit in that room so that when people go, oh, yeah, I could see my kid living here too.
I have a 13-year-old child that would absolutely adore this room. It's like, that's as far as I've matured, lady.
Where the kid's bedroom is, though. Where's your kid's bedroom?
I don't know. They look in like the two other rooms. They're like, these are empty rooms. I'm like, yes. Anyway, do we have?
We have emails.
Let's go to the emails.
I'm going to ask you after we just talked about us having emails.
I want to get to them. There's like 3 of them.
You're getting old, Joe.
I'm old. It is true.
This is from Brady. Brady emails the show. It says, domain expiring.
Oh, God.
He says, Dear JCE crew, do fish know they're wet? The real question, I think, is, does water know it has fish in it?
I think water is very aware it has fish in it, but I don't think fish know that they're wet. The same reason, like, you don't realize that you are surrounded by the gaseous substance.
Dark matter.
No, we inhale oxygen, but you can't see it. Unless it's windy, you can't even really feel it. I mean,
there's like a fish down there that's like, I wonder if humans know that. Actually, no, fish don't think at all. They're just like this. Bop, bop, bop.
Says you. You don't know.
I know for a fact. Maybe like there's like
I learned anything from Nemo.
Yeah.
They have tangible thoughts all the time.
I wonder if there's a civilization at the bottom of the sea that like mimics humanity somehow. Like they live underwater, like
a mermaid.
No, I thought it was like Gungans or something.
No,
they live
obviously.
At the lake.
It's ruled by the Submariner.
I think Boss Ness is a better boss. And he does that, like, he does the thing. That's always fun to watch and see.
Yeah, but that's not this planet. This planet is it's ruled by Namar McKinsey, the Submariner, or Aquaman, if you want to be.
Listen, I'm just saying you cannot disprove that Gungans don't live in the depths of the Pacific Ocean.
Listen, Joe, we don't have an ocean through the core of our planet, so Gungans can't live there.
Do you know that? Can you prove that?
Yeah, I know that we don't have it's a scientific fact that the core of our planet isn't an ocean.
Have you been there?
Yes.
No.
Quite frequently.
No, you haven't. You're a dirty liar, and you're not a scholar or a poet. You're just a dirty old man.
In his Gungan hideout. I mean, oh crap.
Listen, I don't like Gungans either, all right? But you got to accept that they're here.
Whoa. I didn't say
Nobody said they didn't like it.
Listen, I'm going to go out on a limb. I don't like the Gungans. Maybe that was my creatureism, but like Gungans just, they're always making a mess with their water. And they're yelling.
They live in their little bubble cities on other planets, not this one.
You can't prove that.
Yes, I can.
No.
I got the science.
Show me a science. Show me 2 sciences saying that Gungans don't exist.
Look, I built this thing that lets you look into the core of the planet so that you can see. And I've looked, and there are no Gungans down there.
I don't believe your sciences. So, okay, thanks for that email, Brady.
Well, that's the thing. That's the great thing about science. It doesn't require your belief. It's just a fact.
Yeah. That actually, my science is based in faith, and I have faith that Gungans live at the bottom of the ocean. And I know this because I read something about it, and my mom told me it was true, so it's true.
They can't physically live at the bottom of the ocean.
It doesn't matter.
No, let me explain.
Ike, back me up here. You have to have faith.
Let me finish. They can't live there, Joe. Factually, cannot live there because then the Dark Lord Cthulhu would have consumed them long time ago for entering his domain of the depths.
Maybe that's in the Atlantic Ocean.
I had faith, but then you couldn't fix my computer. You just broke it, so then I lost all my faith.
Every time I try to fix your computer, you're just like, no, I'm just busy. I gotta masturbate for 10 hours, so you can't play with my computer. I want a team viewer into that thing, and I'll fix it up.
Yeah, listen, I don't need you looking at all
Why do you want a team viewer into his 10-hour masturbation sessions?
God,
that's just weird.
You're right. I should have used better punctuation on that. That was my bad. Speaking of better punctuation...
So this is from Ed. Ed writes, and I apologize. He asked me to read this out loud on air. The Heaven of Idiocy says, "Dear gentlemen of Just Cool Enough,
Ooh, fancy.
Today, with no punctuation, he has very little, but it's there. Today, I think of you in my of
I
me."
assume. I think.
No, I'm just reading it. Nope.
Okay, read it verbatim. Yeah.
Yep. What can one hope today, yet not to become spiteful at the world at large, to see the great illusion for what it is, and to rejoice in its favor? This is how I ask of you today. What can be done?
Sometimes I pray for devil.
Although quite ostentatious of I, your help is needed in well-being of my and the human psyche. Today I look around me. I see nothing of interest. I see no problem that has yet been solved, and for those that have not, the answer lies simply in our midst. Today is boredom of intelligence, which soon to plague us. This, though, I do take pride in assuming, does not affect you. And Just Cool Enough, I see a haven of idiocy. And in this, I think of you. Not only have you done to the great honor, but yet, if I dare say, preserved it for your lack of reference to it. In tomorrow there lies hope, and for this I thank you. Sincerely, Ed.
Now, what I got from this email is him saying that the world is terrible and he sees no hope in it, but then he sees us and our perceived lack of idiocy gives him hope because we are able to see past that. And I will say to you, sir, that the world is not without hope. That this month alone I have watched an Avengers and Mad Max movie, and coming later this year I will watch a Star Wars movie, a brand new Star Wars movie.
Preach it, Eric.
I walk around every day of my life with a tiny little computer that fits in my pocket that at any moment that I feel I want to, I can look up hardcore pornography in high definition and fidelity.
He's still preaching.
Anywhere I want. I don't, but I have that option. I can go anywhere I want, and I can.
You could even do it. You could join the Mile High Club by yourself.
Yeah.
You could fly to another country on the other side of the world in like 8 hours and watch high definition porn in the airway.
I could do it anyway. The world's amazing.
Yeah. So this kid took a cynical email and deleted all the punctuation out of it.
No, there's punctuation in it. He just changed some of the words around.
I will say that there is some bullshit in this world, like the fact that I've played 14 hours of The Witcher 3 and only had sex with one lady so far. I mean, that's some horse shit. Fuck you, CD Projekt Red. You ruined the franchise.
I saw a post that said First Quest of The Witcher 3 is a better story than all of Destiny.
Yeah.
And I could totally believe that because I busted into a GameStop earlier this week because I had some Chinese food that was getting cooked next door. I'm like, I better mosey on into the GameStop. And as soon as I walked in, they're like, "Hi, you have any used games you want?" I'm like, "No, no." Actually, and I was the only one in the store. I'm
buzzards, they're waiting for your dead
but
games
yes,
to fall off of you.
the guy, I'm like, no, I'm just getting some Chinese food cooked next door, and I was like, what's going on? What are you playing? I just kind of switched it around on him for a little bit, and he was like, dude, Witcher 3 for the PC. I'm like, you ever play console games anymore? He's like, nah, not really. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto and The Witcher 3, and he did the same thing I did with Grand Theft Auto. He didn't play it on 360 or PS4 or Xbox One or whatever. He just played it on the PC and held out, and I think that was the way to do it. But man, Witcher 3 has been getting so much press. It's hard not to think like that's the thing I need to be playing next.
Yep.
Eric, you've been playing that?
Yes, I have. I've been playing a lot of it.
And do you share the common thoughts that the game is awesome and everybody should?
I enjoy the game. I enjoy the game quite a bit. I'm curious. I don't understand because, like, it's weird. If you've never played a Witcher game, don't worry because this game has it's not a continuation of the story of The Witcher 2. Apparently, it just it's its own story. You don't need to know jack shit. But I like. It's got a lot of the fighting is I think better. The best it's been because in The Witcher 2 was kind of just a carbon copy of Batman, and this is a little different. And I've been enjoying it because The Witcher 2 I preferred playing it on my Xbox controller, but this I haven't even busted out the Xbox controller. I've been like, yeah, no, mouse and keyboard's fine, works just fine. It looks amazing, but a lot of that's to do with my fucking beast of a card now. And it's fun. It's got a lot of shit going. It's fun. You get to do. I've had sex with one lady so far, and unless I've missed opportunities, I certainly go for it whenever I can. I assume that I know for a fact there's several more ladies you can have sex with. I've not found those ladies yet, but I'm working towards it.
You have the Prima strategy guide, the How to Sex Ladies.
Yes, you always have to look for women to have sex with. You usually get one, and you always have to look for the other ones.
Yeah, I found a very nice transgendered elf man who sold a bunch of masks. So now my Witcher walks around with a wolf mask just for no reason. So he does cutscenes. I walked around in a bathhouse wearing nothing but a towel and a wolf mask, you know.
What's not to love?
Yeah. I set things on fire. I stab dudes a bunch.
That's real life for me. I gotten away from games. I just wander around setting things on fire and stabbing people in real life. It's a lot more exciting.
I think you played too much Grand Theft Auto, Ike.
I've moved on from that lame shit. I've gone into the real thing.
Nothing's better. Like, Oculus Rift is cool and everything, but why not just do this in real life?
You just throw a Molotov cocktail at random passerbys, and you're like, Igni!
What? It only costs me $6,000 every time I die. I only have like $50,000.
If I die, I'd just go back to one of my previous saves.
Yeah.
And
but that's how badass I am. I haven't died yet.
You get shot by the cops, and then you just get down on your knees, and you're like, I'm gonna meditate and heal these wounds.
You just get real calm, and the wounds heal up. Just go hide behind some cover.
No, it's okay. I'm a
don't
Witcher.
just pass out and bleed out.
It's okay. I'm a Witcher. This isn't poison to me because I'm a Witcher. This is a good potion. It's not poison because I'm a Witcher.
I've been playing Grand Theft Auto this week along with some other things, but I've gotten obsessed with grenades. Man, it's just so because you could like just nonchalantly just drop them in front of cars and stuff, and people freak out. It's my favorite. It's my preferred weapon. I'm not good with them. I blow myself up all the time, but you get a lot of bang for your buck with grenades.
Yeah, I've noticed, like especially in like multiplayer and stuff. Not a lot of people use explosives as much as you really think you should.
Yeah,
like people
right?
always use a gun. Because I remember I was on a mission once, and it was like, oh, you gotta. There's like we had to get this package, but it was surrounded by cops. So I just stood on the roof and just started chucking grenades and killed everyone. I didn't have to fire a shot. Like everyone was dead after like 6 or 7 grenades, and I just walked in, grabbed the thing, and walked away.
Yeah, I think they're underutilized in Grand Theft Auto, or the sticky bomb things. Those are fun too.
Yeah, the proximity mines are fun in the online too, because you can lay them out in front of the exits of buildings, and then wait for people to come out, and they explode as soon as they leave their
We're gonna have to
building.
go hunting, Eric. You and I will have to go hunting this week sometime.
Joe, you've given me some inspiration. I kind of want to do a cartoon series now of like shit you can say about video games that you couldn't say in real life, but would be hilarious to see. For example, I'm not very good with grenades. I blow myself up a lot. Just have some guy like in real life like pull a pin and like hit it against the wall, it just lands in front of him, and he's like, oh shit, right before it blows up. Anyway, we have this other email from the better Joe C.
Is that
Not
what it
Joe
says?
Z. Not Josie, but Joe C. And it does say that. He says, all I need is a plate.
Oh God.
Hey guys, or hi guys, will somebody please ask Joe about his new autobiography called, quote, All I Need is a Plate? Also, can somebody set up a Twitch stream or something of Fibbage to play with the listeners after the show? And one last question, if you could have any superpower or combination of superpowers, what would you choose? Thanks, guys, for brightening up another dull Wednesday, and sorry for the email, it's all over the place, just down to red line, so I'm wired right now. If you don't know what a red line is, it's pretty much 5-hour energy times 2, signed the better Joe C. So what is this autobiography? The all I need is a plate.
I don't know. Like, it was just one of those sentences that I was saying out loud, like at dinner. I'm like, yeah, all I need is a plate, and I'm like, that's a really good title. I think that's going to be my autobiography title. So I just I was just throwing out autobiography names.
Sounds like a very Italian autobiography title.
There's a picture that goes with it too.
I'm sure there is.
It's probably more of an Italian-American autobiography.
Has Olive Garden in the background.
I'm going to write my own autobiography, because that's what you do. It's autobiography.
It's really hard when you're writing somebody else's autobiography. It's hard to capture it from their point of view.
I'm going to write your autobiography. So what would your autobiography be called if you could come up with a phrase or title for your autobiography? Ike, Eric, whoever wants to answer first. Because mine's definitely all I need is a plate. And then my other one's like, always eat with people. That's another good title. I don't know.
Something along the lines, one of my students asked me the other day, Mr. Dodge, I'd like to be like you. What were your important life decisions you made? And I said, all of the wrong ones.
We actually, speaking of poor life decisions, since none of you guys have an autobiography title.
That was it. All of the wrong ones would be my
That's it? Okay, yeah. Eric, what do you have?
I don't know. I was just thinking, like, I probably tweeted some fucking joke about that shit like 3 years ago, so I can't remember and I can't think.
Space truckers.
Life of a Space Trucker by Eric. Musings of Eric Riker, the real Eric Riker.
I'll just say, because I didn't tweet this joke because I wanted to, but then I decided against it. But I told it to some friends. Jobs are like assholes. I don't have one for extremely personal medical reasons.
Why didn't you tweet that?
Well, I will now.
I heard somebody say something, I can't remember the joke, but they said moms are like assholes. Everybody has one or something. I was like, wow.
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one.
No, yeah, moms are like opinions. Everybody has one.
Mine's an asshole or something.
Yeah, they're alluding to someone's mom as an asshole. I'm like, that's not very nice.
Second question was, can we set up a Twitch stream for Fibbage or something?
Can we? Yes. Do we have the capabilities? Absolutely. Will we? Probably not.
Well, Fibbage is kind of, I've never not played it with people in the room. And
How would we do it over the internet? That's what
You'd have to stream it.
Well, I mean, you can easily do it because a big part of it is that you log in to the website and stuff, and you have on your phone or your computer and stuff. So you can easily play it with people who are not in the same space as long as they have an internet connection, which is fine. But part of the fun of it is the announcer, which only the person who's hosting the game would hear. Then would have the screen with the announcer, and everyone else, even if you're watching a Twitch screen, you'd be 30 seconds behind, and he's So you'd miss out on that aspect. I mean, you still enjoy the game, but it's kind of fun to hear the guy talking and stuff.
Like I feel Drawful, Fibbage are all great games, but yeah, you have to be in person to play.
You don't have to. I mean, you can easily.
Well, I mean,
easily
the
play any of them.
enjoyment comes from being in the same space.
Yeah.
And one last question. He said, superpowers. Although we've answered this one, I think at least 2 or 3 times. If you had any superpower combination of superpowers, what would you choose?
Any combination of superpowers.
Joe would pick Ant-Man.
I don't know what that means.
I want Wolverine's healing power and Nightcrawler's teleportation.
Oh, so you
Yeah,
have
but
to
you
pick out
get
of...
teleported to a smelly place, and then you come out of that smelly place.
Yeah,
Why not just teleport?
What do you mean?
Well, because
Well, he said-
technically Nightcrawler actually goes to another dimension and then comes back. So part of his ability to stun people is that smell that wafts in with him. So why not just forfeit that and just take teleportation? That way you don't go to a smelly place.
That's what I'm
like
saying. I
Nightcrawler.
said just his teleportation and just
Not as smelly?
Yeah, I'm not taking the smell-o-vision. I'm taking the ability that he has to move his from one plane of existence to another or whatever the fuck, without the smell.
And back again.
Yeah, and I didn't say Wolverine's, I just said healing factor. I didn't say his smell or his eyesight or his healing or his adamantium skeleton, which is not a power, by the way.
I don't know what power I would pick. It'd be something like I could live a normal life, but just no one would know I'd have this power. It'd like be able to.
That would be the power. No one would know I have a power. That is my power.
Exactly.
No, it would just. I think that's why teleportation. It's like fuck. I gotta be at work in 15 minutes. Well, I got 10 minutes to
But
kill.
then, like, nobody
Bam.
sees your car pull up, and then you just come out of the bathroom every day, and people are like, "What the hell? How does he do that?"
Just tell him I take a morning shit here. It's my routine.
I get
I'm
dropped
regular.
off really early. It's like, don't worry about it, guys.
What about the Flash though? If you could move at then you would. I mean, it's not quite as nice as teleporting.
No, but the Flash can
but-
get like we talked about the Fat Flash, right? Like, didn't we?
No, we talked about Fat Daredevil.
Okay,
The Flash,
so Fat Flash, like he's just like slightly, he's a little too slow.
but if you follow, if in the TV show they explain because of the Speed Force he can't get fat. His metabolism is so high because of
If his
he can't get-
metabolism
So
is I take
his movement speed, but I don't take his metabolism.
No,
So if you took his movement speed, but you didn't take his metabolism, you would rot away on the run to work.
Those are linked. You have to take both because it's all about him.
It's
all
a
of it.
one-time use. You have
No.
to time it just right and choose. This is the time. I know I'm going to die on the other end of this. I'm going to fucking run it out.
Just
No.
you're like,
Just go up a pile of bones and fall to dust.
You guys stop joking about this shit. It's serious because he accesses the Speed Force. So it's his inherent ability to access the Speed Force, which is force in the universe. It's not just speed. He's not Quicksilver, okay? He's fucking different.
so wait, the Flash doesn't have to metabolize. You just said he metabolizes stuff faster than the average man.
Yeah, because he runs so much.
But that's what I'm saying. If you took the super speed and you're just still a regular person, you're going to use up all your calories and energy and fat reserves, and then you're just going
That's
to
why you
wither
would
away while
need
you're
to eat
running.
a lot. That's why you would need to eat a lot. And because of the Speed Force, he can't get drunk.
What, really?
Yeah, in the TV
Because you
show.
metabolize the alcohol too fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's not even cool. Like, what a terrible thing. What if you drank a lot, though?
It's still not.
Like, you clear out like a whiskey
can't
distillery
drink-
in Kentucky or something.
You
You
just
can't-
mainline it right into your arm.
If your metabolism was like I feel like you would turn into fusion. I don't think the Flash could exist, guys. I'm just saying.
Whoa! This has been the most inflammatory episode. You're like, first the Flash. At first, Gungans are stupid. Now the Flash can't exist in real life.
It's those chemtrails, guys. They're finally getting to me.
See, I think if I could take like Magneto's powers and combine it with like not turning psycho like Venom, I would go like a Venom suit and Magneto.
Wait, why Venom suit? What does that do?
The symbiote. Well, that's not really a power. You would just.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
That's kind of like saying I want to be.
I want
Batman.
to have the powers of Tony Stark. Okay, you want to be super rich?
Yeah, you want to be rich and white? Okay.
I want to have the superpowers of
halfway
Elon
there.
Musk. I want to be South African. And Elon Musk.
I mean,
wanna
you could
cut-
be. Honestly, if you want to be like the Plastic Man,
Why?
because he's.
Are you
stretch
BPA
Armstrong?
free? Are you just causing cancer?
What?
Are you cancer?
Because
We
you'll
don't know.
never degrade.
Well, and Plastic Man is probably one of the most powerful characters in the DC universe, according to Frank Miller. That's the whole Dark Knight Returns storyline. One of the later issues is about how the government captured Plastic Man because they have to because he can turn into anything. He can stretch and he can be like they have to keep him contained.
Anything can turn into anything if you try hard enough. You could be Cardboard Man and be like that too. Just bend over
but you would
times.
melt.
And then it fucking rains, and you're like.
Yeah, you can't fold cardboard into a key, but you can mold plastic into a.
You can fold cardboard if you fold it up enough times.
No, because you can only.
All right,
fold
there's your
something
homework for next week,
times.
Joe. Fold a piece of cardboard up into a key for next week.
No
And
problem.
you
I'll start right now.
You literally can't fold anything. I think any more than 8 times. I think is like.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. But if it's part of your being, then you can fold it up many times, and it could be stronger than steel.
No, you can't.
Listen, I was going to prove you wrong when he folds this piece of cardboard into
Watch
a key.
this, idiots.
Try taking a solid piece of cardboard and folding it into an exact replica of a key without ever cutting it.
On that. He's working on it.
Give me a second.
You get to cut it one time to make it to the size you need, and then after that you can't cut it again.
All right, no problem.
And the size you need doesn't include making it into a key. There you go. Now you got a square. Good luck.
It's
also a rectangle.
Yeah.
All right.
Go for it. We'll wait.
No, you guys do the show. I'm gonna turn this into a key.
So, but all right. So Venom's not really a superpower; it's a symbiote. But I do like Magneto. Magneto's my favorite. I've said that before.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Magneto just rip iron out of people's bloodstreams?
It's not enough concentration of it.
Well, then
I mean, that's kind of what he did when they fed the pellets in the movie to the guy who was able to reverse shotgun blast the cop.
But
that was
because
he had to ingest it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you're that powerful, you probably can manipulate. At least make somebody really tired by taking all the blood away from getting, or all the iron out of their bloodstream.
I will make you super anemic. Oh my God,
You're just going around.
I'm so tired.
I'm so tired. Every time Ike comes around, I just feel like sleepy.
And I got a cut the other day when he was here, a paper cut, and I couldn't stop bleeding for a while.
Everybody's just so active. That would be that's the kind of superpowers that I'm talking about. One that's under the radar that nobody would be able to really find out.
Squirrel Girl.
What is she? She does squirrels.
Yes. She has a tail which she hides in her pants to make it look like she's got a really big butt.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the unbeatable Squirrel Girl.
Joe, you don't have time to look it up. You only have about 20 minutes before the show ends. You have to fold that piece of cardboard into a key.
Why'd you stop folding that cardboard?
You guys are assholes, but I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm folding.
The real trick is once it's in a key and you usually unlock something, unfold it and turning it into a car.
As long as it's not raining, I think it's gonna be all right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, Joe's Dodge POS there outside. You might be able to start up with a key.
He reminds see, Cardboard Man reminds me so much of there's this British show Misfits about the teens that get superpowers, and there's one episode, the Christmas episode about this kid. Stop shining a light in your camera, fucking dillhole. What are you doing?
Why? How does that actually annoy you?
Why are you doing it?
I was just curious.
See, you distracted him.
I saw this light on my desk and I started shining it. I think it looks cool. It's like X-Files. Anyway, keep talking about your thing.
No, it's fine.
No, I like Misfits. It's a great show.
Oh.
This show's anemic. God damn it. Let's talk about Mad Max, because that was actually really surprising to watch.
I saw my favorite tweet. This artist, I forget Emily or Emma. I forget what her Twitter account is. It's Emma.
Watson. Emma Stone.
No, it's Emma Chick. CIC. She's an artist and stuff. And she had this great tweet hey, God, I hope my senpai notices me when I spray this chrome all over my mouth.
It's so shiny. And
I'll send you to Valhalla myself when we succeed.
There's actually and a bunch of people have found a can of silver spray paint on Amazon and left reviews like that just say like witness me, and it's like I'm as a war boy, I find that this spray really helped me to get Immortal Joe to notice me and stuff like hey, I live, I die, I live again.
Man, seriously though, I saw these words came out of my mouth. I said I like Mad Max better than Star Wars. Like I feel like, and then like I said that, and the people.
Wow,
and the,
Joe, sacrilege! And,
I know,
and racism abound in this show.
This is I
At least Mad Max didn't have those stupid Gundams or whatever.
Stupid Gundurks. The Gundurks. But yeah, so I said that, and the people I was with were like, holy shit. And they're like, we got to go see Mad Max right now. And they're like, what are you going to do with all your Star Wars stuff? I'm like, okay, I said that, but it's different. Like Star Wars came out in a certain time in my life, this and that. They're like, nope, you said it. You can't take it back. I'm like, well, I still stand by it. It's still a way better movie than the Star Wars movies.
So my girlfriend wrote after we saw it, just saw Mad Max, or why feminism is important. She was making a satirical poke at the fact like all the women show up at the end. I won't go into much more than that, but it started this like hour-long conversation between her and this other guy arguing about what feminism is. I'm like, she was just making a satirical point, not actually trying to argue. Whatever.
So I wrote down a couple things that I really liked about it after I got out of the movie.
Joe was saying they moved. Just
no.
Down.
Let me just take out my key here that I'm currently working on.
You can't rip it. You have to fold it. You broke the rules, Joe.
Sitting in the theater, you're like, Good effects. Good effects.
Interesting. I'm actually writing with a pen on my iPhone. Yeah. Just like. But yeah, so I wrote down. Okay. One thing I really liked about it was none of my time was wasted in the movie by needless cutscenes or even dialogue.
Yeah,
it was just every scene, every moment, every action had a consequence and a reason for being in the movie. So I felt like the whole movie was worth my time. It was really just
yes. The movie
really
is a 2-hour-long car chase. But it doesn't get boring because there's a reason for the car chase. It's not just because someone thought it would be cool to have a car chase. And they never stop the car chase to go, now listen, let me tell you my backstory, and then we can go back to the car chase. They tell the story through action.
So are you implying that the second Hobbit movie would have been better if it had just been the only Hobbit movie?
I'm implying that there's no way in hell that those movies ever would have been good because they said, "Hey, Peter Jackson, here's unlimited money and creative control," and if we should have known.
The second one was just a long car chase scene.
It wasn't though. It was a lot of useless stuff in it though.
It's all garbage. Just like I was like flipping through the channels and I was like watching HBO and they were showing like they always show commercials for like the things playing on HBO currently, and there's like a quick thing of like King Kong. I was like, oh, it's been forever since I saw King Kong, and I was like, I'm gonna DVR it the next time I see it. And I looked, and it was like, oh, it's playing like in 2 days at like in the middle of the morning. King Kong is 3 hours and 15 minutes long. That fucking dude took an hour-and-a-half movie from the 30s and made it over 3 hours long. Like he just has no self-control. He just can't.
Wait. I have to interrupt this for a split second. We got an email a moment ago from Jack Move.
Oh my God, he lives. He's a war boy.
Yeah. No, he's our Immortal Joe, and we're the war boys trying to
Yeah, that's true. He has a war boy now. He has a kid and everything. That's Jack Move, welcome back. Stop the presses. What does he have to say, Ike?
Jack Move says, I mean, honestly, who throws a shoe? JCE crew, fuck you, Joe. Fuck you, Ike. And Eric, fuck you twice. He really likes you, Eric.
He knows that I've had sex twice?
That's amazing.
Oh my God, he looked at me. He looked at me. No, he was looking at me.
He was looking at me.
He wasn't looking at you. He was looking at your blood bag.
No, he wasn't. I rip off his steering. I rip off my microphone and hold it in the air.
Pull it up. All right. Anyway.
I miss listening to you guys.
What a lovely day.
I hope nothing has changed except Eric's employment status. No. Fucking slacker. Yours truly from real life, Jack Move. And he said, sent from my I'm pooping right now, lol.
I bet you he sent it from his iPhone. But awesome. Nice to hear back from Jack Move. Also, I think he did a tweet to me too, and he said my superpower is me being fat but having perfect health. So maybe that is my superpower. I just don't know it.
Yeah, that's my family's power too. None of them take care of themselves and they live forever. My grandmother quit smoking because she was diagnosed with emphysema and had to be put on an oxygen tank. It's the only reason why she quit smoking. She lived for 15 years with emphysema on an oxygen tank. Nobody lives 15 years with emphysema on an oxygen tank.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, you guys have superpowers. It's just like it would be like the Fat Flash. Your family has superpowers, but you're squandering your immortality.
Eric's grandma was actually in Mad Max. She was the guy. She had the little thing over her mouth. Yeah. With the gray-white hair.
What was your grandma's name?
Immortal Joe. Why?
It's actually Immortal Josephine.
Yeah.
That's the real character in Mad Max.
Now, I'm not a huge car person, but I have to say that one of my favorite parts of Mad Max was actually the creation and innovation put into these really cool-looking cars. Because it wasn't like, hey, we're just going to have a car body with giant fucking wheels. It's like, hey, we're going to take these 3 cars and splice them together and put them together in ways like you wouldn't expect to see a car.
And it had that awesome dystopian future, desert roaming.
It's not just dystopian, it's a used future. Everything looks like everything's not just, hey, we built this crazy thing for what everything looks like they built it out of the parts they had. Like Charlize Theron's arm, her character's got a missing arm and kind of like a robot arm. It's made up of wrenches and old pipes and stuff like that. It doesn't look it looks like something that somebody threw together in a post-apocalyptic way.
Yeah, and even the action was extreme, but the action was so good that you are able to suspend your disbelief in it. It was great. I liked that the cars were almost like the characters were really strong, and the fact that the cars were also like set pieces. They weren't even characters. They were parts of the set, like that had things going on, and they had their own personality, and you're like rooting for that. I know I was like rooting for a truck, and I'm like, that's awesome. I'm cheering for an inanimate object right now. Like, you could do it, buddy. But yeah, just the movie was spectacular.
If you haven't seen it yet, somebody made a great video of Mad Max Fury Road trailer, but it's Mario Kart. It's so good.
I think I haven't seen that. That should be an extra plug.
Yeah, that's the have you seen this shit this week.
What?
Yeah, it's great. It's basically they replaced it. They added in like the effects, like the spinning like question marks and stuff, and people like driving into them and stuff. Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, was I late? Sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're right on time.
So, any other thing? I loved that the movie. You could totally be a meathead. You could be just not into looking at deeper things and just get nothing out of the movie except it was an awesome action flick. And I like that you can take a whole lot out of it if you want to, dissect the story and the settings and everything. You can just go real deep with it too. It has so much range, and I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was an excellent movie.
I think the one thing that works for it, which also would have to be my biggest criticism, is having these those flashbacks to that little girl. Like, I know there are elements in the movie that existed because this is a sequel to what had happened before, ideally. So that there were some tiebacks, but it doesn't take away from if you've never seen them, it's not like it's going to really affect it. But at the same time, it's like, why is he having this flashback of this?
I've never seen any of the old Mad Max
I've watched
movies.
all of the old Mad Max movies, and none of those things had anything to do with the previous movies, as far as I can tell.
And I obviously can derive that, okay, some kind of trauma with, maybe it's his kids, maybe it's not, I don't know. But
yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like it's this vague sense that he used to be a good guy, but bad shit happened and that he's given up on life. Basically, he just fucking exists now.
It's a struggle to survive, and
Yeah.
there's just
That's,
and you know what?
That's life for Joe every day.
It is
It's a struggle.
Mad Joe.
See, I want to link the Mario Kart thing, but I couldn't think of, like, I didn't know what the URL was, so I just entered it into YouTube, and then obviously there are a million people who just repost it as their own content, so I feel uncomfortable pointing anyone to a specific link, because I don't know whose it actually is. Like all these people, fucking IGN and stuff, and then there's just a billion reaction videos and stuff, so I don't know which one it is.
A reaction video is still a thing?
Yeah, they're a huge thing still, apparently, because I've seen, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Just on the front page, just typing Mario Kart Fury Road, there are 10 reaction videos just on the first page of searches.
I guess I should see this.
Yeah. It's good, but I don't know whose videos it's... Oh, here we go. IGN at least had the niceness to link the actual person, so I think I found the right one. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll put that in the show notes so you guys can check that out. But yeah.
All right. So that's good. We haven't had a Have You Seen This Shit in a while, so that's really nice. Thanks, Eric. Thanks for your contribution to the show this week.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck. Oh, wait, there's a compliment? Oh, you're welcome.
If you want to contribute to the show, you can always do that by watching us live every week here on justcoolenough.com. There's always a live link there, but we broadcast live on YouTube. Look for the link on justcoolenough.com, or you can always send us an email. Our email address is theshow@justcoolenough.com. We love getting emails, nonsensical ones.
I don't. I hate getting emails, all of them.
I know.
Then why are you the one that reads them?
Because you
can't
guys
even
put me in
read
charge
good.
of it from day one.
Just so that you felt like we only did that so you felt like you were
That's true.
contributing.
We had a meeting and we're just like, well,
Ike feels like he's not doing anything for the show, so we just fucking give him the emails. No one emails anyways.
Yeah. And now I love begging for emails to watch Ike just fumble through them weekly. It's not his fault. It's maybe an email with some decent, punctuation, but I'm not going to.
If only he was as educated as we were.
It's true. But I'm gonna get me my education. I'll be back. Once I graduate, you'll be sorry.
You'll be sorry. That's his superpower. He'll be back. Anyway, everyone go see Mad Max. If you haven't seen it, why haven't you seen it yet? You're a terrible person. Go see it.
You're not a terrible person.
Maybe
They don't know. Maybe they're just waiting. Maybe they want to, like, there's somebody they want to take to see it, but that person was like, I can't till next week.
Fuck that person. Go see Mad Max. Everyone.
So Joe, how's that key coming?
I'm still working on it. Do you want me to present my work?
Yeah.
Well, if you fail, Joe, to make that into a key, you have to say that you're a sexy little baby.
I'm not saying that, but I tried to make a key, but all I made was this squirrel.
See, and you ripped it multiple times.
You weren't allowed to rip
Listen,
it. You had to
guys
fold
are missing out. It has actually it has an articulating tail.
Let go of the tail.
Now make it articulate.
Yeah, articulate.
Hold on.
Fucking cardboard man. Fucking shitty.
You guys just there, done. And now I gave
Now
you an
make
asshole.
Make it move.
Now lock yourself out of your house and use that to let yourself back in.
I'll use this to punch the garage code in. Boop, 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 boop. Done. See? I told you.
He'll be outside, be like, locked himself out.
Come,
Like, Sarah, I made you a squirrel. Let me in.
Sarah's actually out of town for the week. I would be stuck out of the house, and I would be.
No,
so
you wouldn't, because you built
told her
yourself
to
a
wait
perfectly. You built yourself a perfectly functioning key, so you wouldn't be locked out, right? Because Cardboard Man can build anything out of cardboard.
Listen, I'm not Cardboard Man. I'm just trying to show you the sciences behind building a key squirrel. Or chipmunk.
You know squirrels don't have 3 sets of legs, right?
This is no, like these are like 2 back legs and it has 1 front leg.
So
it got hit by a
squirrel.
small car.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think it's time we stop talking about this horseshit, like Joe's ability to make stuff out of cardboard and start
Which is
plugging
impressive.
each other.
Oh
First he's racist, and then he makes fun of like handicapped animals, and there was the other thing that he fucking. This is just you're a terrible person, Joe.
Yeah, then he said Star Wars isn't good anymore and Max is better. It just.
And now I'm not even sure that Wolf wants to be a friend because he feels like you've been peer pressured into it, and he doesn't want a peer pressured friend.
This is Bane Squirrel here.
I want your nuts.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that's? Hey, wait! Didn't he get my apology?
You merely adopted the pock. I was born in it, molded by it.
I apologized on air. I wasted good airtime to apologize to Wolf. He better accept my friendship.
Wasted good airtime. Anyway, I like what Eric said, so let's do it.
All right.
My plug for this week is a new sketch that my sketch group Hate Mail just put up called Star Wars Talk, which is a sadly very real event that happened that's only slightly exaggerated. It's not nearly as exaggerated as I would like it to be. Honestly, I wish it were all made up. It's not. This is an event that happened to me. It's basically almost a direct translation of real events, and it's the saddest thing I've ever written about myself, and the truest. It's me at my most true form.
And you know what? It is also one of, if not the most best thing you've done. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna watch this thing that Eric he posted. Don't worry about that water you're drinking. That's not gonna matter. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I almost spit water all over the place. It was a struggle because I was laughing so much. You should definitely watch out for it. It's on the Just Cool Enough site, right?
Yeah, it's up there, or you can find it on if you go to facebook.com/hatemailshow if you want to find my sketch group's Facebook page. Fun fact: we shot that on a red camera.
Ooh.
One of those big like $20,000 cameras with like a $30,000 lens and stuff like that to shoot that my shitty fucking sketch about how I'm a piece of shit human being.
Did you do any of the camera stuff?
Oh no, I was the story behind it is my friend Trey, who is in my sketch group, who does all of our filming and stuff like that. He's in film school currently, and they were supposed to shoot a music video with that camera, but the guy fell out, and he's like, "Do you have like fucking anything we can shoot in like a couple of minutes that can just be in this guy's living room?" I was like, yeah, this, I guess. Is there a girl there?" He's like, "There's one girl here."
So that was just a stand-in, and you just like, oh, I got something I've been thinking of.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, sure. And it's like, here's the script. Is she okay with it? It's like, yeah, sure, she can do it. So we're like, great, let's fucking do it.
Okay, you know what? This is the worst thing I've ever seen shot on a red camera.
Yeah.
The poor friend, he's like, finally, I get this badass camera and lens. Now I have to shoot indoors in a low light situation.
Well, that was low light on purpose. We shot it. We blacked out the thing to make it look like it was night.
It did. It definitely looked like night. You guys did great. I thought it was amazing.
I just felt bad because he like handed me all the footage in RAW, and I had to transcode it and then color. Do the color correction, which I hate doing color correction. I'm very lazy about it. I think I did a pretty good job, but it could look a lot better. Like I feel bad because like I could have probably transcoded it better, and I'm sure I definitely could spend more time with the color correction. But I just hate doing that shit, so I didn't do it as much as I could have.
Yeah, it still looks great, and it was funny. You should go watch it. My plug for this week is a throwback. After being pressured by a few people, I broke down, and I'm uploading the MaxSpeed archives to shoutengine.com. You can go to shoutengine.com/MaxSpeed.
And where you can listen to all the old and every new MaxSpeed every week.
Every week. So, actually, I only have 4 right now, but I'm just going to be doing that slowly because there's over 150 episodes. So.
Oh, God, that must be terrible for you.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that'd be like.
Yeah, so that's, I think I'm going to just keep trying to do like 4 or 5 a day and get it done. So, we'll see how far I get into that and if anybody yells at me for not doing it. Ike, what's your plug for this week?
Well, I put it in my comments here for the people that are like watching the video. It's down here. It's this really super long link. Or you can go to our Facebook page. Just go to our Facebook page and find the link there for the band Sick Vita. They're trying to get in on Warped Tour this year here in the States, and they need to get their buzz rating on their site, their Warped Tour site, to 100%. It is at 98.9%. And to get it further, you can share the page with your friends, or if you're not into sharing because you don't like promoting things, which is fine, you can check out some of their music. Basically, every time you listen to it or you share something or watch their music video or post a comment, it increases their buzz rating. So they are desperately trying to get to it, and they only have like 2 or 3 weeks left, I think, till the polls close. So I know, looking on Facebook, when I posted this shameless plug on our Facebook, at least 400 people saw the post.
Well, it
yet
says
the buzz rating has
reached.
not gone up.
Reached.
Yeah, it reached. So people like perused it, or at least it made
No,
their feed.
it means it popped into their feed, or.
But it doesn't mean they stopped to look at it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know that there was a
Dude,
chance for
you just
400
raised it
people to see
1% just by talking about it.
I should have, yeah.
Well,
So,
I opened it up and then clicked a song.
Me
clicked play on
too.
a
I did the
song.
same thing and I shared it on Google Plus. I haven't listened to their music, so I'm gonna listen to their music, give it a fair shake, and maybe I'll share it again.
Well, I did an album cover for these guys, and I am a little biased because the lead singer is actually my girlfriend's brother. But they're really good. If you like alternative music, they're pretty awesome stuff. They have 2 albums out.
That's great.
Yeah.
Sick Vita, or go find the link on our Facebook, but it's Sick Vita band. Well, that's nice. And then, did we have another plug? Okay, we'll give a shout out to all of our live viewers right now, and the people that commented in the YouTube. So we got Joe Keepero and Danny always commenting. Actually, Danny called me out because I told Ike that it was a White Walker, and he's like, Joe, that's from the TV series. You mean it's not a White Walker. It's called a Iceman or something. I don't forget what it is. And then shout out to Jack Move for tweeting at us. Yeah, the others.
Well, technically, although it does say Game of Thrones on the front of the box, it claims that it's a right on the side of the box.
A right.
A white. Oh yeah, it's like a white or whatever. They have them in D&D. They're not quite zombies. They're kind
It
of.
says it's Game of Thrones.
They're more intelligent than zombies.
It's fucking White Walkers.
They're
Watch
like
out.
evil. They're like zombies.
Why couldn't it be
with,
Black Walkers, you racist fuck? Sorry.
Jeez, wow. You know what? I don't think the Gungans would appreciate that very much, Ike.
And suddenly you're the expert on fucking Gungans. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. We've been Just Cool Enough. You can always follow me on Twitter. I'm at Duncor, DONCOR.
You can follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/SpeedyF40.
And you can follow me on wherever. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Hey, wait, why don't you follow? I mean, you got rid of your Twitter, and then you signed
I didn't
back
get
on
rid of it. Well, then I came back because I wanted to complain about...
Blue Apron.
Yeah, and I finally got my last one really quick, and they didn't send me, like, you need to include your mint in this one. This is last week. And I'm looking around, I'm like, I have 2 packs of cilantro and no mint. They sent me extra cilantro, and I get mint. So I went on there, I was like, hey, listen, I didn't get my mint. And
My God.
The woman responds
You know
with...
what? Thank you guys so much for listening.
She's like...
Have a wonderful weekend and fuck off, Ike.
Ike, tell me more about your Blue Apron experience.
She's like, listen, I'm sorry that you couldn't get your mint, but I'll tell you what I will do. I'm going to give you a $5 credit, although I'm aware that you've canceled your subscription, but if you were to come back, you'll have $5 sitting there. I'm like, well, I don't want my $5.
Thanks for your pretend play
my
money.
goddamn mint. Luckily, I had mint in my refrigerator, so it all worked out.
They're gonna send you one big box full of ice packs with just mint in it.
Yeah.
Just one clove.
You want your mint, douchebag? Here's your mint.
Here's your fucking mint. We shipped it out from Jersey. It's fresh from the shoreline.
Fucking cut this broadcast already. God damn it.
All right, fine.
No, 2